family. What's up? What's up? What's up? Valerie Denise Jones checking in once again. I am in a great mood. The audio that I'm about to play put me in the best mood because I haven't had that much fun in a long time. There were times I laughed so hard, my side hurt. I mean, these women are real. They weren't looking to the left or right. They weren't copying. They weren't doing anything but the darn thing. And it felt good to be in their company. The one and only Letitia Scott Jackson and Miss Sherhonda, aka NBA Youngboy's mom, and my BFF, TIEA Whitaker. We were in the building. We talked about everything under the sun. Yes, it was just a promo. Yes, Judge Joe Brown will be joining us at a later time, and I will share that with you. But, guys, if you like today's audio, please meet me down in the comment section and tell me you would like more of it. You know, I value your opinion. You are my family. I love you to life. I can't do this without you. So please let me know if you want more of this because we know a lot of people and I got a lot of interviews scheduled already and I want to share it with you. I'll probably have to separate it and put this kind of stuff on another channel because this one is so politically charged. But, yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. I hope you like this audio. I love you to life. I'll see you guys down in the comment section.
Okay.
Okay, y'all know me as Miss Sherhonda, and I am the mother of NBA Youngboy, and I'm the owner of Slime Effects Lip Gloss Cosmetics line.
Thank you.
You got it, Val?
Miss Jackson?
I'm Letitia Scott Jackson, the visionary of Keeping Families Connected, published author, mentor, and life coach.
Thank you. All right, so I want to find out what you guys have in common. So before I ask my questions, because my questions are all industry related, I wanted to ask the two of you, being that you know each other, what do you think your common denominators are?
We're both known by the public.
Right, we both known by the public, and when we met, we just connected, like our energies connected. But also, I'll say this because we talked, quite a bit yesterday. But just having things, dealing with people in the industry and people that's not in the industry, people in general, because people can be something else.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know how you would want to do that, Val, but just dealing with people, even with just doing the episode with the celebrity moms checking in and posting it on my social media, and then people see it, and the first thing like, oh, I'm happy for you, but A, B, C, X, Y, D, Z, this,
with me, like I really feel like social media don't let people be who they really are. You can't say certain things, you can't do certain things, so therefore everyone is basically, they look as if they're the same. Because you can't say certain stuff. You got to act a certain way. You got to do what you're told. Social media is like, it really water people down.
Good way to put it.
It's ironic you said that because I don't know if you know Miss Sherhonda, but I produced the Judge Joe Brown show, right? And we had a whole conversation with a crisis manager. He's a crisis manager for Bill Cosby and I think R. Kelly. And I had invited him to the show to talk about character assassination and, how detrimental that is to a person's brand. I also wanted him to, just kind of give people just little hints of, sometimes you can teeter around something that is kind of illegal and or something that when you defame someone, that opens you up to litigation. So I was just trying to give the listening audience like an inkling of what could happen if they were talking reckless, right? That's the whole premise and purpose of our journey and our show. But it's just ironic that you said that, And if you had a message, both of you, again, in no particular order, you were speaking to your audience, and because people have a tendency just to ambush you and or attack and try to do things to defame your brand, what would you say to them to kind of get them to deter from that action?
Kiss my ears. I'm just playing. Oh, it's like the fans can say whatever they want. Their page will not get took. I've got people curse me out, call me everything. But the minute I say one thing, oh, you have to remove this comment. So why I have to remove my comment, but they can keep theirs up there. They have people who will post pictures of us lying. I'm talking about straight up bald-faced lies on their blogs, and you can't do nothing about it. There's really nothing you can do about it.
It's really sad, but that's the way, that's really the way the world is now, and I was telling Carlissa SHERHONDA yesterday when she messaged me, because she was really, really going through yesterday, and she sent me a message, and she was like, I just need you, I need some love right now. I need some prayer. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how people, like SHERHONDA just said, how influential you are. Her son is the number one rapper. We already know, especially for his generation, and she gets attacked all the time. I'm not a rapper's mother. My son is deceased. My daughters, they're not no famous kids. I just have an influence because of what I do. But I get more haters than a lot of people say, oh, you need to buy you a new son because they don't like you because you drive a certain car. What I would say to people is, be mindful how you put your mouth on people, because even if we don't take it biblical, karma is a bad motor scooter. And secondly, you don't know you don't know my private pain, and you don't know SHERHONDA's private pain or prayers or hurt or disappointment. You don't know what we've been through to get to where we are, because you probably couldn't have handled what I handled to get in the situation that I am, in the position that I am.
Yeah, you got to be strong. You have to be a very strong-minded boy to deal with lies.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. What I typically... Oh, did you want to say something?
SHERHONDA, you wanted to say something? I think our phone is going in.
Oh, you have to look at our page and be like, you really have to look at us like, I don't like them. You have to be a low person, somebody else. Like, what, you're mad because you're not getting what we got, or you're mad because you don't look like we look, or you're mad because somebody else, you can't get to us like you want to, or you can't get, you can't be in our circle. Like, why are you mad at me? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And even with what you were telling me yesterday about people, people so crazy, they're like, oh, I know your son is married, but can you hook him up with my daughter? We'll keep it on the down low.
Like, they have no value.
They talking about the down low, and Valerie just got you talking about Bill Cosby. We talking about the down low. Years from now, they'll be trying to scandalize his name. Oh, he did this, he did that.
Really and truly, they do anything. Like, they don't have no morals and values these days. These days, young women and young men will never know how it feels to have real love, like real love. Like, you don't have to have a certain amount of money to have real love. You don't have to look a certain way. But they have people, like the internet got people thinking you got to look like this, you got to act like this. They have men. They have real men. Like, this is a real situation. They have men that don't even like women, but they have to pretend they like women for social media. If you're gay, be gay. Don't play with nobody's feelings, because, you get hurt like that.
Girl, that's a whole nother subject. You better shut up and keep on talking.
You see what I'm saying?
Really? Because that's the truth, girl. That is the truth.
Yeah, they got people who really can't be themselves because of who social media is. And they
you know what? This is another good one, SHERHONDA, because they'll do anything for $1. They don't know how to grind and get it in real life. So I'll play the part of a gay person to get so many $1,000 to defame my character, and I got a wife laying at home in the bed, or I got a husband at home. Now, we're not doing this.
But you know what? I always tell my daughter, if you can't get $500 with your clothes on, why the hell would you take your clothes off for the $500? If a man love you, he gonna give you money without having sex with you. If a man love you, he He's gonna want to share stuff with you and do with you.
He
without
want to
you
see
laying
he
down
want to
with
see
him.
you as your best. So I'm gonna make you look good because you represent me.
Little girl, let me tell you, that girl, what's her name? Erica Banks called. She was calling people ugly and saying this and that. Girl, you think I'm gonna be mad because you call me ugly? You ain't got your face done, your body done, your breasts done, and you gonna get an attitude with me? I must love myself more than you. I ain't have to go get under the knife to feel better about myself.
Exactly.
Go sit down somewhere. They go get their body
Wait, you were
done,
breaking up. Who did you say? You were breaking up a little bit.
She was on there. Erica Banks, she was on there talking about how people can't sit in her because they look a certain kind of way, all this and that. She really said it to me, but she was just saying it in general.
Speaking,
And I'm like, who are you? Somebody that went got their body done, got their face done. Somebody who stays dressed up 24 hours a day. You don't got low self-esteem. I can go to make yourself look good. I go in a club with a bonnet on and still catch me. I don't care.
You better. And Sherhonda, and we old school, so we ain't playing. We old school, new school. Yeah. So hey, it don't take all of that.
And that's another thing. They always be like, "So old, you're so old." Let me tell you something old about me. Nothing. They make grandmothers and older people feel like they have to sit in the house and babysit and do this and do that. Guess what? When my grandbabies be at Chuck E. Cheese, I be having fun with them.
Me too, girl. I be skydiving and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, ain't got nothing to do with
Well,
it.
wait, you're not even that old. How old are you guys? How old are you?
I'm 40. I'm 48. I'm going to be 40.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to be 49.
But I'm about to be 50.
And that's
I'm about
old?
to be 50. I'm about to be 53, so I'm over half of 100.
The young girls, they really feel like, it's a young thing. No, it's not no young world. Y'all better sit down. Y'all better hope y'all get this age. They got men killing young women. They got young women dying of AIDS, getting beat up by their boyfriends, getting shot up in the clubs. You need to hope you get to be 48 like me.
Exactly. Because they ain't making it. They ain't making them like that, like us no more. And then the thing is, they don't respect life. So these young people, they're not, and I'm big on teaching. That's why I mentor, because they don't have what we had growing up there. Like I say it all the time. When I stayed on the street, I pushed my neighbor chair off the porch one time. I got a whooping by everybody on the street. Nobody shot nobody. And then got another whooping when I got home.
And you know what? They do another thing. They try to make everyone seem like this and that. No. I don't think protecting yourself is being a gangster. Ain't no way. Okay, if you're married and you got a husband and somebody disrespects you as his wife, what is your husband going to do? Going to get on their ass. That don't mean your husband gangster. That means your husband is protecting what's his. You don't, like they say, oh, they gangsters. They always trying to refer to people as a gangster. No. If somebody shoot at you and you have a gun, what are you going to do? Shoot back. That's not gangster. That's common sense.
Exactly.
It's called self-preservation. That's what it is.
Self-preservation. You definitely right about that.
Preservation. Thank you. I got tongue-tied on that. Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going out there starting a fight. No, I'm defending my family. Even if
somebody come up under my post, you're too old to be doing this. You need to get off of social media. My self-preservation, what you just said, is they got people older than me on social media. Mind your damn business.
That part. That part. As a matter of fact, you only are doing nothing anyway, so why you even under my post?
Yeah,
because you ain't got nothing going.
Right.
Like, they always,
don't
like,
you
they
love
say
it when they come on your post and make
Oh,
comments on your page, your platform?
He let them have it, though. He let them have it. He let them have it, so it don't matter.
You're not going to bully me. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to bully nobody around me that can't even take up for themselves. They don't bully people.
I don't
like another thing, too. They let these women, these women feel like they can just do anything. Like that lady, she was provoking the men. If he would have beat her ass and slapped her mama, he wouldn't be dead. Because she really was provoking him.
Oh, you're talking about the Facebook killer.
Yes.
The lady
she had that thing in his face. He called the police. He did everything.
And nobody came to rescue.
If he would have beat her ass and then beat up her mama, he would be still alive, because they was doing it. Because I heard the mama say, "Go get your gun." You see what I'm saying? If he would have
provoking the men,
if he would have put them in check before then, he would have still been alive.
You know
People
the
do that to you,
craziest
though.
thing? This is a side. I'm going to do like Damon does. Sidebar. The craziest thing is I was like, is this some kind of hoax? How is it the phone conveniently went to black and then I never heard the gunshot? And then it was just like it went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1,000. How? What? I was like, what did we miss?
No,
What
I heard
happened?
the gunshot. You heard the shot
I thought it
because
was
you could hear the kids screaming. The kids were screaming too.
Oh, maybe the
was like
audios that I heard.
No, they showing
Okay.
different parts. They showed different parts on the internet.
Okay.
One of the parts I heard the children say, "My daddy," and they was telling the kids, "Go back in the room." Yes.
And all this in front of the kids. People crazy.
They
have no.
Wow.
You know, in this day and time, it's just all about. You know what? This is a good one. I don't even know what this topic could be for, but people are deceived by what they see and not what they know.
Yeah.
Right.
You go, they get on your page and they say, "Oh, you this, that, and the other." They don't know you.
Right.
They don't know.
Letitia. I mean, if you put 2 and 2 together, everybody's like, you didn't raise your children. If I didn't raise my children, why is that I always have my damn 13 grandchildren with me? If you don't have a good mama, you're not going to want your mama with your children. If you wasn't a good, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a good mama, why are you always with your children?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
People
funny
just,
because
again,
at the top
deceived
of
by
my
what
note.
they see and not what they know.
Exactly.
It's just so much. It's so much.
It's,
like I said, I don't even know somebody. Every time I post something, they would screenshot it and send it to my old boyfriend. Like, they don't know me and they don't know him. They don't know me at all and they don't know him. Like, what give you the right to be in other people's business? And
what even make you think that's cool? Like, who does
that's
it?
what I say. Like you got to be miserable, hurt ass person. You have to be
somebody.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think has empowered people are those like buttons. You know, people are the likes and shares, and it gives people power because they have control.
That's what I was saying about the blogs.
Right.
They will put anything. They
to
put
get some numbers.
anything
to get
some
numbers.
$1. But you know what they need to start doing? Have somebody review whatever they put. Like
before that's a good topic.
Yeah, they need to have somebody
before
review.
You post it, let's make sure.
Are you sure this is what's going on?
Listen, somebody posted Justin Bieber was dead. Did you see that? Yeah, and
they're always doing death hoax. Yeah.
Yeah, they always. But see, they need to
research
the computer. Yeah, they need to have people
that.
say, "Are you sure this is what this is?" Or you can get sued. Or you sure this is what it is? Or your page can get sued. Like when that lady lied on Cardi B. That same lady did something on my son, and she's like, "Oh, he's this and he's that."
What lady lied? I'm so sorry. I'm so
Tasha,
disconnected from the Matrix.
Yeah, I saw that Tasha K.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like she said anything, and she always be like, "In my opinion, nigga don't care about your opinion." She said
everybody got an opinion.
Everybody on her page. I feel like this, and I feel like that. I feel you need some dick, and I feel that you messy, and I feel like you wouldn't say none of that to them people's face. That's how
I cannot with you today.
You would not say nothing to nobody's face. Like I really
you just
don't
said
like
it on the social media.
Yeah, but you know what, though? And then it's another thing about these mentors or these women. They be like, oh, if a man don't call you, he don't want you. If a man don't call you, he's with another woman. They don't mean that. Y'all quit listening to these dumb people.
For real. They just, and then they pay them for that conversation. And then y'all, got no
you cannot tell people. Only people that can tell you about a relationship is the two people that is in it. Just because yours didn't go that way, don't mean theirs going to go that way.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to get called if your man don't call you every day, he's with her. Some people don't want to get called every day, dumb woman.
Sit on the phone talking to him all day. I can't get nothing done.
Yeah, like who are you to tell somebody what's going on in their relationship? You don't know.
And people pay them to lie to them. That's what they be doing, paying for lies.
And like I tell them, like they say social media break up relationships. No, they don't. The people in social media break up relationships. Because if you tell me something about my man, I don't give a damn what you say. I'm staying with him until I myself see what's
catch
going
him down
on.
bad or whatever.
Yeah, and when I see it, then I'll leave it alone. But until then, nobody can. Oh, your man was talking to this person, or this was this. I don't care what y'all saying. Only person that could break us up is me and him.
That's the truth.
Social media,
you got a whole lot of stuff you could really talk about tomorrow, but I don't know what you. Girl, we done got the interview today, but anyway, nonetheless, all of it is so true.
Well, I want to.
Crazy.
There's this something I definitely wanted to, because at the top of my page I wrote, if a person can't kill the truth, they will assassinate the character, and we definitely addressed that.
But
I want to go deeper.
This is what my grandmother always said: a lie can't fly without evidence. If I say, just say. Okay, if I say, what's your name again?
Valerie.
Valerie.
If I say, oh, Miss Valerie, her show is trash. Nobody goes to that. But if no one else comes behind me and you know, vouch
and
for
verify,
me,
if I don't come back and amen,
if nobody
girl,
come back
you right.
and verify it, you know what I'm saying? My grandma always tell me a lie can't fly without the truth. If 10 people saying it, guess what? It's about truth.
Right.
Yeah, but if you the only person claiming that, then it's something we got to reevaluate here, because
you know what I'm saying? One or two people, don't look into that.
But how do you feel? One thing the judge says almost every Friday is, if you tell a lie over and over and over and over and over again, eventually it becomes a truth.
No, you don't.
Like if you keep repeating that lie, then people start to believe the lie.
It may become the truth to that person, but it ain't true in real life.
Yeah, it's gonna come to the truth to that person,
but not in general. Because they don't. Because you tell a lie don't make it the truth.
One person, he got to have some truth behind it. Every lie, they got some truth behind stuff. If it ain't got no truth behind it, then you know what I'm saying. Just like I had a friend, somebody like, oh, your man like me. I didn't pay no attention to that. I didn't even look at that. But I kept seeing it. Then I started seeing pictures. Then his mama said it. Then a man called my phone like, okay, now I get it. Yeah. They have, like, if somebody telling a lie, it's not going to go nowhere if it's not true.
That's true.
Right. The reason I said that, just real quick, is I definitely want to ask you guys, I got 4 questions I want to ask so I could figure out how to, again, strategically organize tomorrow's conversation. But there was everybody knows about JudgeJoebrown and Cheryl Lee Ralph, and then people said because he defended himself, all of a sudden there was a hit dog will holler campaign again. Nobody bothered to call him. Nobody cared about the truth. And everybody believed.
We've been hearing stuff about Bill Cosby for years and years. That was the first time I've ever heard something like that about Judge Joebrown. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, we've been hearing that over and over about Bill Cosby. But this is the first time anyone ever heard that about him. So,
why do you, other than the fact, because his thing was that, because I'm black, and you thought because of black woman and the other judge, you think there are only 2 black judges on TV, et cetera, et cetera. But, he was like, that's just what people just automatically assumed. But even when he went in to defend himself, they were like, oh, man, he's lying because... No,
but I have a lot of people that believe him. Because I've heard that. They were
there are a lot of people. Yes, ma'am. There are.
The people that saying that probably just people that don't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or people that
they did use it. A lot of people did use it.
Because people quit to
correct. Yeah. So so all right, I'm gonna write that on the list. We're gonna talk about
because
that.
let me tell you this. I said this on my live last week. I said, listen, if I post a certain thing, my likes go through the roof. If I post something about helping somebody's kid or keeping this kid out of prison and keeping the gun out of their hand, I don't really get no likes. I said, but let the police come in my house right now while I'm going live and put some handcuffs on me.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm going to be so like,
trauma porn.
Like, I knew she was fake. I knew she wasn't doing this. Oh, she must have been selling dope. She went back to hustling. They'll say anything in the world about me and not even know the thing.
And a lot of times you have to look at who the person is, too. You have to look at who the person is, just like I said.
Yeah, you're right about that, too.
Right. So real quick, I want to ask you, How do you feel? How do you feel that America cares about the health and our mental health of Black women?
And you know
Just
what?
as a whole.
I posted that. Let me tell you what I posted one time. Every time somebody commits suicide, they saying, "Oh, it's a mental health issue." I'm like, it's not mental health, because I know people that's not even. I don't even. They have people that's in their right mind that kill themselves. So it's not a mental illness. I think it's a emotional illness. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They have people that commit suicide and nothing's wrong with them. They're not mentally ill. So why every time somebody kills themselves or commits suicide, it's mental illness? It's emotional illness.
But I mean, do you think that America cares about the mental health of Black women?
Of Black women?
I was just wondering why that story got so much traction. So I wanted to ask you guys that, being that you're in the industry, do you think
and
that?
That's another thing. Like, a lot of Black women don't have mental health issues. It's emotional. They're sad. They're lonely. They're going through they're going through abuse. You see what I'm saying?
Or even looking for something. Mm-hmm. You're not emotional.
Yes.
I think people pray.
They have people that's very smart. They're very strong, and you can be emotionally drained about somebody that's making. It's not mental. I don't think it's mental. It's
but
not
what I think
always,
is they want to make everything be a mental issue so that people can get props for it or get attention for it. Not that a reason they thrived out that situation with Judge Joe Brown
just like even
and her.
Me, I'm on everything mentally, but I don't have a man. I'm emotionally lonely. I'm emotionally hurt, but not mentally. You see what I'm saying? That's two different things.
Right. Gotcha.
Two different things. But I was saying about the Judge Joe Brown and this lady, I think the people took it and ran with it or went viral with it, not just because, she was mental, she needs some mental health counseling or her health. They took it because of his name. He's a Black judge, but when he's African American,
don't want to see nobody else. Like Britney Spears is mentally ill. Something wrong with her.
In real life. Yes.
All right, real quick. Do you think that the entertainment industry cares about protecting Black women?
I don't. You could say
she
because
said they wanted her to be quiet about it, and for whatever reason she did, and for whatever reason they requested it. So, do you think that the entertainment industry cares about protecting Black women, or is this a Black woman thing? Maybe it's all women.
But who's to say that she's
telling
the truth?
Should I rephrase that?
See, that's the saying. That's what I'm saying. Who's to say she's telling the truth?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Because, like, if somebody do you wrong and you know it's not right, somebody hits you and you hit them back. Okay, just say your brother hit you and you don't hit him back. You're going to run to your mom and say, "Oh, my brother hit me. He pushed me down." But if you did something to him first, you're not going to be so quick to run to your mama. You see what I'm saying?
Right, gotcha.
You get it?
All right.
If somebody hit me, I'm calling the police. But if I did something to them first,
you're not gonna be too quick to call the people because you're going when they go.
Yeah, you get it?
Gotcha. All right, two more questions. So, how do you feel about people who tie movements such as the Me Too movement to the sale or promotion of something that they're doing? I didn't know how to feel because I knew that she was there to promote her book, but I know that it's part of her story. So it took a minute for me to process all of that, but I know that a lot of people have a tendency to use movements to push something they're promoting. How do you guys feel about that? Because that's so real and serious.
It's kind of hard because people, like you said, they do some. You got to try to see. Because I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But Are you doing it in the right energy?
I feel if you're putting your book
or for
out,
the right reason?
Okay, I feel like if you're promoting your book before you put it out, then you're wrong. But if you're just putting your book out for people to see, then you're right. Like you do like months of promotion before you put your book out. You know what I'm saying? Then that's different.
Mhm. Gotcha. And the last question that I have, my friend Tia, she has one question. How can we use today's conversation to protect women? If that's our job, I don't know. Maybe you think it's not. But I mean, me as a media person, I'm always cognizant of what I say, being that I'm a woman and a woman of color. And I work with a man people deem as a misogynist, so I feel like I have a responsibility. But how can we use this conversation?
I don't feel that women are always right. Me, and I'm a woman, and that's what people find strange. People be like, you're a woman and you don't feel. Women ain't. I know. I done did some stuff to make a man mad. I done did stuff that wasn't right. I don't always say women are right because sometimes we be wrong.
Well, to me, Eric, there's nobody in the world that's always right. So yes, women can be wrong, men can be wrong, people be wrong all the time.
But they really have some women that plot up on men. They really have women that does that.
So, okay, so we had our conversation today. What can you guys give me, like 2 or 3 ideas what you think tomorrow's conversation should consist of, and how can we include Judge JoeBrown in that? What do you want to talk about tomorrow?
We can do the last one you talked about. You said your friend, she wanted to talk about the women. You can say how they water down social media, and you can say we could talk about how the blogs,
basically how sometimes people just take stories and they run with it and they go viral with it for their likes and their numbers for monetization when it's sometimes not even true. Like that's not cool. That's just the way of the world now. But is it right morally? No, it's not right to assassinate people's character so you could get $1. Go get a job. Go get you a hustle. Find you a grind or something and stop making money off of assassinating people's character.
But the craziest thing is the platforms do reward them for that. There are platforms that allow the more. Yeah. Okay. I misheard you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said people, the platforms, they take it. They don't, like what Sherhonda said. They don't investigate or research or whatever you want to call it. They don't do their due diligence to see. Did NBA YoungBoy slap Tasha K? I'm just using it for an example. Or did he assassinate a cat? They don't find out the truth. As soon as they hear something, NBA YoungBoy cursed out Tasha K, or Blueface let his girlfriend beat his mama up, or blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the other. They come with all kind of crazy stuff, and they make money.
Thing too. They think like, they are like the men ain't raised right or this and that. Nah, you can get raised very right. Sometimes it's the women you're dealing with because ain't no way. When I married my husband, I'm divorced, but when I married my husband, I married his mama. When when your girlfriend allows you to disrespect your mama, or when your girlfriend disrespect your mama, it's the women these days. It's the women these days. These young women let men do anything. Like, these young women don't care. How can you be how you gonna be a strong man, like, with a weak woman on your side?
Yeah. That's a whole nother subject right there.
So do you think that we can safely have that conversation, being that Cheryl Lee Ralph said she was assaulted? You think we would be insensitive to have that conversation, or no?
Go ahead, Sherhonda, I'll answer me.
It's according to who the lady is herself, because they have a lot of women that have been assaulted by men. I'm talking about they have men and them touched a woman butt several times, and guess what? They know they couldn't get nothing out of it, so they left it alone. But if a man got money, or if it's gonna get them seen, then they'll make a big fuss about it. You could think about that too.
Okay,
They have women get touched by men, not even like just say a man tap you on your butt. You're like, boy, don't play with me. But if Judge Joe Brown do it, I'm suing you.
Right.
It depends on who the person is. It depends on who the person that does it.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that's the truth. And it really is. Because guess what? Even with the R. Kelly situation, I told so many people, and I think I talked about it on my live. Those women put their daughters on that man because they wanted their daughters to get them.
They're wrong for that.
And they did that early on.
They're wrong for that, but he's wrong too because
he was wrong too. Yes, but they
he should know better too. It's wrong on both ends. It's wrong
on both ends. I said the same thing.
So how do you feel about the fact that hurt people? Because he was molested or the R word, coming up by a family member.
Because they say a lot of...
Oh, you said it's not
he's
true?
Bisexual. No, I'm saying, they say, he's bisexual because he's like, just say a bisexual man. He was raped when he was younger by man. Let me tell you something. If you're a child and you're younger, somebody touching you, and it's not your fault. You cannot be the grown person, you're scared, But
you can't defend yourself.
After you're 15, 16, 17, and you still messing with men, you're doing that shit because you want to.
Yeah, I think the Bible says, you're accountable for your own sins after 13.
Yeah,
once you get 12. Once you get 12.
After a certain age. Yeah. If you're a child, that's not your fault. So they can't say he was molested when you was younger, When you're older, you should protect other young children. You should protect other people that's going through that. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like they say that about.
Oh man, I can have.
Oh, she's in a strip club because she got touched when she was little. Nah, she's in a strip club because she liked to be naked and she wants their money.
Gotcha. Tia, do you have a quick question?
Well, I actually was going to make a comment, but they kind of touched it. Hi, I'm TIEA Whitaker. I am, among other things, I actually am a blogger. And so, when I hear you ladies speak about, blogs or other media outlets reporting stories just because they can, or there's no kind of, any kind of quality control, I do agree with that. For my platform, Fashion Life and Tea, one of the main things that I like to highlight is, I don't always highlight everybody in the public eye, but I try my best to highlight positive news because we get a lot of negativity and enough of that. But I really think, and what I was going to ask you ladies was, are we empowering the people on social media? Not necessarily the platforms, but us, the people. Because one of the things I've always felt was we have created monsters. We've created a space where people feel that they can have an opinion, and a negative opinion will attack people because they're sitting behind a computer or behind an iPad or behind an iPhone. Because some of the comments that I see in general, even if somebody posts a reel, it could be something inspiring. But you'll go and see other comments.
Know what can stop all of that? You know what can stop all of that? They have to make up names. They make up names, and if they have to put their real name and their address and their phone number, I just play.
What? They ain't doing that.
Then we get stopped. You get stopped for real.
Nah, they wouldn't get stopped. They'll get their ass beat.
Well, you know what? That's true because what I was going to say,
they know you can't
control. Do you ever not clap back? Like just say, because again, both of you ladies, you both are, successful in your own right, public figures, and a lot of times people do that because they want you to respond because they want to go viral. Like a lot of times they want it so bad they want that attention, and they don't care at what cost because right now it's all about, especially when social media got to the point of paying you. That people were always reckless online, but once people realize if you get a certain, like Valerie said, likes or clicks or views, and they get paid.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they know that. Yeah, They know you can't pinpoint who it is. That's why they make fake pages and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And my last question is, what do you ladies do for self-care to de-stress from stuff like that? Because I can only imagine how far, especially if you're going through something and then you log online and you see somebody just being reckless. How do you just step away from that and do some self-care and woosah?
I try to go to church every time I can on Sundays, and I really put in my head, like, if they're really trying to hurt me, they really got to be hurt themselves. They got to be trying to be in my circle. It's something. And, half the time it be people that you see every day, people that know your every move, your family members, your cousins, your next door neighbors, people that been knowing you.
Yeah, and what I do is the same thing, Sherhonda. I'm really, really, really spiritual. I do a lot of praying, and then I'm a musician, so my peace of mind is my music. When I'm playing my keyboard or writing a song or doing something, and I spend a lot of time with my grandchildren because of my story. Because I was wrongfully convicted. I think Sherhonda got 13 greens, I got 10. And 5 girls, 5 boys, and I pour into them. Every last one of my grandkids, I started businesses for them because I was able to bless to do that. But even if I didn't have I think I said the other day, when I was broke, I was blessing people like I had it. So now that God has blessed me, that's all I know to do is be a blessing. Like, I've been providing free luxury prison trips for 8 years and never got a penny. I do this with my own money 3 times a month because family is important to me. So my self-care is my family. We go to church together. All my daughters in the choir. I don't care what they do Saturday night. They don't come to church Sunday, they block.
I like to watch TV.
I don't play no games. Oh, yeah, I block everybody that don't come to church. Y'all got me up there singing by myself, baby. I'm mad. I'm mad.
Singing by myself.
Yeah, I'm singing by myself, mad. Ain't nobody come to church. My husband on the drum. And he can't sing, so I definitely don't have no help.
Now he can't sing, though.